Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again. Today, a little update from Ukraine and Russia. Let's start with the first article. The Russians evaluate how fast a Oreshnik missile can reach European capitals. Why do you think the Russians are doing this? Oh, I know, just to saber rattling and all that. You think so? All right, let's look at this article. Sputnik, how fast can the Russian Oreshnik missile can reach Europe from Belarus? And I'm going to show you here. Now, this is Belarus right here, and this from here they go obviously to different locations like London, for instance. They go to Paris. All right, let's see. And Romania right here. This is the how do you call that? Where the Americans have their little Delushoru little air defense systems here. The Poles have the Americans have them deployed here. All right, so let's see. So if they hit to Vilnius, there's Lithuania, which is right here, number 1. It takes 1.7 minutes. Kiev, all right, in Kiev it takes, which is number 2 here, 2.7 minutes. To Poland, 3.2 minutes. Poland, what exactly? And probably they're going to tell us about that, the air defense right here, US Navy base right there. Then you have Finland, Helsinki, 5 minutes. Romania, that's Delushoru, 5.5, which is right here. Then we have Germany, Ramstein, 6.1. Do you see? They are telling these guys what the targets could be, actually. You see, Ramstein is not Berlin, because I was like, oh, this is not Berlin. Berlin is right here where my hand is, so why is it not? All right, then you got Paris, 8.3, London, 8.8. These are the control and command centers. So London has 9 minutes, about 9 minutes. Now, I'm sorry for the population of London, which half of it are English. Anyway, but nevertheless, if you get into garbage, then you get dirty. So let's look at the second article that I have here. Russia hands over warship to India. Someone's arming someone. So that's a US military industrial complex missed opportunity for money. The stealth frigate Tushil, built in a Kaliningrad shipyard, is the first of 4 such vessels ordered by New Delhi. So here it is. This is good news for the, how do you call them? For the Indians and for the, how do you call them? Jesus Christ, the Russians. And where is Kaliningrad? This is the Ukraine. This is Belarus. This is Kaliningrad right here. This is Poland, and this is Lithuania. So from here, from Belarus, this is Kaliningrad right there. Next one. Russian forces strike key rail and military infrastructure supplying Western arms to Ukraine, according to Sputnik. And I'm quoting, operational tactical aviation, strike drones, missile troops and artillery of the Russian armed forces grouping targeted military airfield infrastructure, railway facility, facilitating the delivery of Western equipment to the Ukrainian armed forces, drone assembly and storage sites, and a fuel depot. They rarely tell you the locations where they struck. Strikes were carried out against Ukrainian troops and equipment in 147 locations. Air Advanced Systems shot down 10 US-made rocket projectiles from the HIMARS multiple rocket system and 36 fixed-wing drones. All right, next one. These things could come to the free world when Ukraine will not like something that the free world will say or do. That is, car belonging to Olenivka penal colony had blown up in occupied Donetsk, killing him. Now, this Olenivka, if you're not familiar with it, I will explain a little bit. Prison chief and Ukrainian traitor linked to Olenivka atrocity killed in Donetsk. All right, let's talk about Olenivka. Olenivka was a detention center in Donetsk where the Russians had some Ukrainian prisoners. A missile, we don't know yet, I will explain that. A missile hit the facility and killed a lot of Ukrainian POWs and injured them. Now, that's when, for me, the Institute for the Study of War lost its credibility. That's the moment. I think it was in April or May 2022. So, right, 3 months within the garbage that's occurring right now in Ukraine. Why? Because the Institute for the Study of War, go and watch my videos then, I think I make 2, claimed it was the Wagner group, and in the same time it claimed it was the Russian military. Anyway, they claimed this, it was only one, it was a missile. Now, obviously the Ukrainians said it was the Russians hitting themselves. And the Russians said, no, it was a HIMARS missile, if I remember correctly. It was a HIMARS, I can't remember, I think so. I don't know, but go and check it out. I don't want to say things that I can't remember exactly, but they blamed one another. Who did it? I don't know. They know. The Americans know, the people watching know. Is that the fact that we don't know? Why? Because some lie, or all lie, but someone hit that facility. And this guy probably was in charge of that prison facility. So these guys in Ukraine determined, with the help probably of MI6, who knows, to blow these guys up, his car. Probably killing him, which I don't care at this point, just go like by that. Is a person over there, it's between those guys over there. The thing is this, when the Ukrainians will not like, let's say, the Trump administration, or let's say the British administration, doing something that, asking for money, they could do this to you too. They could do to us as well. Unless you control them. If you control them, they will not do it to you. Will do it to the other guys. Therefore, this was, a controlled strike, obviously with some external help, I think. I don't have any evidence? No. But I'm not a baboon, so I'm not going to drop my, what I know and how I know things just because, I don't have the evidence. I have a gut feeling, let's put it this way. But my point is, when these guys, that right now some people are applauding their successful assassinations, all right? When these guys will turn around at one point against you, are you going to applaud? No. You're going to call them then terrorists. Now you call them this, freedom fighters defending their country and so on. But tomorrow, if they turn against you, they're going to be terrorists, right? Correct. Remember those drones? Those drones like this big that carry explosives underneath the belly? Those will be used, that's my prediction, in the United States of America and in Europe to settling scores. In the same way, you can't stop those. You can't stop those. If those fly 20 miles, you get them out from outside the city and you send them to, to a parliament building, or when someone has a speech behind a retard anti-bullet glass. They're going to come right over, like 10, and you drop them all. Do you think these guys are going to kill them all? My friends. And this is just political stuff. I'm not talking about this organized crime things doing to themselves. And not only with this, they have javelins. They can hit airplanes how many they want. Presidential planes, that is. Remember, just go at the airport and see when it takes off this, Boeing or whatever they are. Ooh, you can hit them a mile up there, from 50 miles down there, or 30 miles down there. My friends, I predict that will happen. That will happen. And then what are you going to say? I tell you what the operatives will say. We're going to destroy this. With whose weapons? We know names. We have names. All right, let's see what the Ukrainians claim they succeeded in doing. According to Ukrainska Pravda, UK Defense Intelligence confirms successful attack on Russia's S-400 air defense system in Crimea. And they give us a picture. Now first, to start with, these guys have no credibility, not zero. They have negative 3,599 credibility. They are down there, but they are there. Why? Remember what they said about the Iraq war and all that. They destroyed a country based on their intelligence. So zero. We have names. Was anyone punished? No. So beat it. Now I'm going to show you the picture. Is it impossible? No. It's possible. It's just I don't believe it. And I'm going to show you the picture. They say that a Russian S-400 anti-aircraft missile system's position was targeted as a result of an attack on Russian-occupied Crimea. It says that this is the picture. You got it? You got the picture? And the evidence is there are two craters. Right there, bum, bum. Impact craters, 13.5 meters. Not 13.8, it's 13.5. All right? Now, a crater, isn't that a circular? No? All right, that's right there, right there. There you have it, the craters. 13.45. They know it, they got it. And here is the debris. Is it true? And they point out there are some. These are kind of retards, don't you think? In plain view, right there. Man, these are stupid, aren't they? Well, where did they claim they hit them? In the Crimean Peninsula, right here. Now, is it true? Is it possible? 100%. Is it probable? I give it 50-50 because I don't trust these guys. I don't trust the other guys. I'm just reporting here. But I just show you the picture and you're supposed to believe that. And please, believe that as you believed, if you believed, General Colin Powell when he showed up at the United Nations with those drone pictures of the so-called Saddam Hussein's mobile chemical labs. Remember that one? And everybody was like, and he was, yeah, and here you see the right here, and they were hand drawn, like zip, zip, some wheels, a little thing over there. That's a door. That's a mobile chemical lab. Saddam Hussein. Remember Rumsfeld when he said he gave us the position? It's televised. I think you still see it on YouTube. I saw it many times when he said, yeah, we know where they are. We know where these mobile chemical weapons labs of Saddam Hussein are in Iraq, are in North Iraq, in South Iraq, in West Iraq, and in East Iraq. Or what? So everywhere. These were the information that gave to the media operatives, and they promoted them as facts. So when I see those debris over there and those little pictures and then that, yeah, okay. That's why I'm 50-50. The Russians lie, everybody lies. Everybody lies, especially during a war. Now let's see how we solve this problem. And this is, according to the new Voice of Ukraine, Ukraine reports $25 billion trade deficit for January-November. So that's about what? 11 months? 10 months? 11 months in 2024. 25 billion trade deficit. My question is this. Who is going to pay that? I suspect it's going to be you and I, to a certain extent. Now, when Ukraine would lose to the evil Russians, is the new government, is Ukraine as a country, does it have to pay these billions of dollars the West banking system pumped into Ukraine? Will they have to pay it, or they say, no. That was done by the traitorous illegal administration of Ukraine, therefore we're not going to pay zero. Or these guys are indebting Ukraine right now, so the reparation of Ukraine, the rebuilding of Ukraine, if the Russians win, will be impossible. Remember how Iraq and Afghanistan was rebuilt, destroyed by whom and rebuilt by whom? Military industrial complex destroys it, the banking system plus the contractors and the energy sector builds it, rebuilds it. And who pays for that? Okay, so who's going to pay all this? This is a deficit, it's not the national debt. So let's say the national debt, I'm just exaggerating, let's say it's about $500 billion, let's say. And let's say Russia conquers the entire of Ukraine. And then who's going to pay for that? The Ukrainian people left over there, the Russians, by annexing Ukraine, in the case, I'm just exaggerating. Who's going to pay for that? You can't do that because the traitorous government right now borrows, receives aid that you have to pay it back, right? These guys are going to indebt you, you're going to be forever dead. And let's say the Russians don't win and win the forces of the good, which is us, the West, wins it. And let's say Ukraine has 500, I'm just exaggerating, billion dollars debt, national debt. Who's going to be paid back with interest? The guys who have nothing to do with the war. They were just lucky. This golden opportunity, diamond opportunity, just fell on their lap with big profits for the military industrial complex, for the banking system, for the energy sector. These guys are going to rebuild it, the infrastructure and everything else. And what are the Ukrainians going to do? Work like slaves. So who's going to pay? I think the Russians should come over there and say, you know what, we say zero. You froze our $300 billion assets, and now you're using them, the receipts. You use them, about 50 billion or so on. Not 50 billion, I think they froze, the European froze 50. Let's say they will give it to Ukrainians aid. Nevertheless, they will use the Russians' assets anyway. So what the Russians could say, you know what, we don't comply, we're not part of your system anymore. We form our own system with BRICS countries, so zero. What if they do this? And if they don't, makes you wonder, why not? After all, there are some banks. You can show up with your military, send CIA over there, FBI, Mossad, KGB, FSB, whatever, send them over there. They're sitting ducks. How come they have so much power when actually they have none? Don't tell me it's a rule of law kind of based world order. That's garbage. Those guys could be arrested and that could be put on trial for, I don't know, racketeering if found guilty. So this is what I would do with Russia. I would say, you know what, done, zero. I have no debt to anybody. I'm going to declare that. Why? We're going to form our little club here. Fuck you. What are they going to do? Attack me? You already froze $300 billion from me. However, you impose sanctions on me. Why should I respect that? No, I don't respect. Oh, that's vassal wants to do business with me and it's insured by the British, by London-based insurance company for the vassal. I don't recognize that. You have to insure it with mine. You're not here. Fuck off. All right, my friends. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.